The fabulous Mr. Alfred Hitchcock is about to escort you to the prom. All your dreams are coming true. Psycho trailer. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Good afternoon.
Couldn't wait for evening, huh, Hitch?
Here we have a quiet little motel, tucked away off the main highway.
For people who can't ride it all night long.
And as you see, perfectly harmless looking. When in fact,
it's a travel lodge run for the hills.
Known as the scene of the crime.
Odd rebrand for a motel, but everyone needs a gimmick.
This motel also has, as an
adjunct professor of religious studies,
an old house
in Paris, all covered in vines.
Which is, if I may say so, a little more sinister looking.
Yeah, and behind that there's a big plane crash, and behind that there's supercharged. The disasters just get worse and worse.
The most dire, horrible events took place.
A gender reveal party. There were no survivors.
I think we can go inside because the place is up for sale, although I don't know who's going to buy it now.
Who knew the H in HGTV stood for Hitchcock?
In that window on the second floor, the single one in front.
Ah, yes, Alfred Hitchcock's front window.
Was first seen. Let's go inside.
I am digging this new direction for MTV's Cribs. We had another one of these on the East Coast, but some purple dinosaur dances on its grave.
You see, even in daylight, this place still looks a bit sinister.
Just a bit, not all the way sinister.
I was at the top of these stairs.
To the top of the wall, now dash away.
Murder took place. She came out of the door there and met the victim at the top.
For dinner and drinks.
Of course, in a flash, there was the knife, and in no time, the victim tumbled and fell with a horrible crack.
And horrible rear projection.
Hit the floor. It's difficult to describe the way that the
Rubik's Cube is solved, but it's something like this.
I won't dwell upon it. Come upstairs.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
Or should I say victims, hadn't any conception as to the type of people they would be confronted with in this house, especially the woman. She was the weirdest and the most... Well, let's go into her bedroom.
Weirdest like Weird Alfred Hitchcock?
Here's the woman's room.
It's always so much fancier than the men's room.
Beautifully preserved. And the imprint of her figure on the bed where she used to lay.
Boy, that memory foam remembers everything.
I think some of her clothes are still in this wardrobe.
My mistake, it's just a passage to Narnia. Be glad I'm not showing you this in color. All the pastels to make it look good in black and white would overwhelm anyone but Wes Anderson.
Bathroom.
Do not go in there. Whoa.
This was the son's room, but we won't go in there because
he's busy playing Fortnite.
Was the little parlor behind his office in the motel. Let's go down there.
Look, Hitch, you can keep showing us around the Universal lot, but if you don't start flying, I want my money back.
This young man, you had to feel sorry for him.
Being recast with Vince Vaughn,
dominated by an almost maniacal woman, was enough to drive anyone to the extreme of, well, let's go in. Well, I suppose you'd call this his hideaway.
You lucky people, you.
His hobby, as you see, was taxidermy. Crow here.
Oh, snap, it really is the tiki room.
Now, an important scene took place in this room. There was a private supper here.
The young man said, one of you will betray me.
Oh, by the way, this picture has great significance.
Apparently not enough significance to warrant a close-up so we can make out what the picture is.
Let's go along to cabin number 1. I want to show you something there.
Oh my God, Hitch, finish a sentence or get tested for ADHD.
All tidied up.
But if the maid thinks I'm leaving a tip, she's crazy.
The bathroom.
Well, this one's unoccupied.
Well, they've cleaned all this up now. Big difference. You should have seen the blood.
Chocolate syrup everywhere.
The whole place was, well, it's too horrible to describe. Dreadful. And I'll tell you, there's a very important clue was found here. Down there.
Val Kilmer popped his head out when trying to escape a German prison.
The murderer, you see, crept in here very slowly. Of course, the shower was on, there was no sound. And,
Wait a minute. Either these curtains go or I do. It was a screamer video this whole time. Damn pranksters. And Janet Leigh as the Beaver. Oh man, I was hoping this movie would defy our preconceptions of linear time. A Paramount picture that Universal's gonna spend the rest of its life taking credit for. Well, that wraps up that trailer. And of course it spoiled absolutely everything about the movie. You know how trailers are. Now I know for a fact that there's a woman in a shower. Probably the same woman we saw in the trailer. There's no way that could have been a completely different woman than the one we see in the movie as a misdirect. I don't know why I even brought it up. As usual, I had a blast working on this riff on some Patreon live streams, and several of my patrons helped out in the chat with jokes and observations and general good times. You know, the kind of time that Norman Bates probably wishes he could have. And also, as usual, we came up with so many jokes that they couldn't all fit in the finished video, and $2 and up patrons will be able to see the alternate jokes a week from this Thursday. Thank you all for watching, and I hope we can find even more of Hitchcock's video Yelp reviews of motels across the country. And until next time, this is Dave, signing off.